How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Dust 2 project. Today we're going to be focusing on the playability of the map, what adds to the playability, and of course we still have this area over here which isn't finished, but a lot of it is repeating buildings, so I'm not sure how I'm going to handle this. But without further ado, if we come over here, I want to introduce you to some command blocks. Now these command blocks are very important. A lot of this is very important for the playability of the map. So what these do is a scoreboard. It adds a team called terrorists, and it adds the color dark red to the terrorist team, counter terrorists with dark blue, and it adds the win counter. These adds the name of the team to terrorists, and it also sets their wins. This is just so it displays properly. Now if we come over here and press this button to this expertly crafted redstone line that goes through each command block, we press it, we wait, and on the side of our screen, we now have a win counter, with terrorists and counter-terrorists respectively both set at 0 because no one is winning right now. So, if we just come over here to either bomb site, either one of these bomb sites, we'll see two more command blocks. These two are set block command blocks, and they set blocks at certain places over there. Now, these activate when the terrorists win, and the CT wins. The CT wins by defusing, so when this switches, it wins for the CT. The terrorists win when this switches for the terrorists, and along with this bomb site way over here at A, it is the same thing. It both has two set block command blocks. So, both of these both set a block here, here, and here. Both of these have a redstone torch and a repeater leading into them, so if a block is placed here, a redstone signal is passed through so it pushes the pistons out. These go into two command blocks, a redstone repeater, and another command block, with a very long repeater, I might add. These two command blocks are respective in terrorists and CT sides, or terrorist and counter-terrorist sides. The terrorists have a say message, terrorists win round, and it says it in dark red and bold. And then scoreboard players add terrorist wins 1. This adds a win to the scoreboard. And again, with the CT, counter-terrorist win round, color blue, bold, true. Scoreboard players add counter-terrorist wins 1. Then there is a repeater that leads into another set block command block, which sets a block to 0, which, if you don't know, is air. So, what happens when somebody wins the round is they will come way over here, or they will win the round, and it will activate a respective command block. The command block will set a block, and it instantly gets removed. Now, of course, you won't see the set block, the score of wins for the, you won't see the command block output. You will only see terrorists win round. So, terrorists win the round because it respectively activated its command block, and this one also says counter-terrorists win round, which, again, is activated when the respective team wins their respective goal. So, how does this actually work? So, if we come over here, a block is placed here for CT, and a block is placed here for T. And now it is acting weird. It is acting a little bit weird. And I wonder if this is because these are getting activated. So let's just move these just very quickly. Yep. Because they might be getting activated. It is a possibility. Okay, so let's try that again. CT, okay, T, and then counter-terrorists, they do not get activated, and now both of them have a win. Both of them have a win on the scoreboard. Now, this over here is a tick counter for pistons. Now, as we did it 3 times, because 2 times glitched, it counted 1, 2, and 3. All of these go to 16 rounds, which has its respective little counter on it. So, each of these sand blocks are a round. Every sand block that is pushed up is a round, and there is 16 of them. When it reaches the end, it will activate this block and activate this command block, which respectively says, counter-terrorists win. Very underlined, very boldly, and very stand out against. It stands out against the grain or a building, so you can clearly see that it says counter-terrorists win, and the counter is reset. So it actually has to go on this side as well. I didn't want to build this side because I'm lazy, and I wanted to explain everything before I built it on this side for the redstone. But this is the round update, this is the round counter update, the competitive update for the map that will actively add competitive rounds to the game. So, say, if we actually flip it on, And again, if we come down here, it actively starts counting down. So when it starts counting down and it finishes, again, the redstone block moves in front of this through the repeater, and then a command block gets activated, which again, I've already showed off what the command block does, but let's wait for it. And the terrorists win the round. Now, if it resets, which it will in a second here, if we just take both of these and reset it to its actual state, again, even if the bomb is already ticking, the defusal, if it ticks down, it will stop the bomb, and when it actually stops the bomb, it will do its respective counter-terrorist win message, which, if we wait for that, which should be only a couple seconds, it will display counter-terrorists win round. And both bomb sites do this. And if we come down here, CT's won the round once, except it says 2 on the board because, again, we, reset the counter. So, they won once, and if they win 16 times in a normal competitive CSGO game mode, they actually win, right? So, I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to build it on this side, and I will be right back with the rest of the episode. But this is the competitive update. It says wins, counter-terrorists, terrorists, and it has the 16 counter limit. Again, you can sort of set this if you just place something or remove a repeater. You can obviously set it to be a custom amount of wins, and then a command block that just says something like round win at like maybe 4 if you want to go to best of 4 or something. Alright, so I'll be right back with the T side counter finished. Alright, so both sides are done, both have their respective counters and their respective win messages. As you can see in chat, counter-terrorist win and terrorist win both come up at 16 rounds, and again, you can make this customizable by just copy-pasting the command and putting it like here. And then you have a couple rounds. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you have 7 rounds, and then, they win. So that's that for the win counter. Now, future plans include maybe a little bit of a random weapon box, so you can, possibly get like the Howl that you can get, or a Red Line, or the Golden Barret. You can possibly gamble and get those. I don't know how I'd include a gambling system, but maybe just a random drop system. And the actual spawn points, like a little bit of a starting area that will make sure everybody is ready, and then plop them into their respective spawn points, which is here for CT, and way over here for T. If we just fly over to T, I decided to put T spawn in a building just because it made it a little bit easier. Like, CT was very obvious, but here's T-spawn. If we just break into here, here's T-spawn. It's just a little bit of a room, and then you flip out, everybody walks out, somebody closes the door behind them, they sit up here, and then everybody goes. So that's my simple plan for the spawns, just because I think that'll make it easier on myself instead of spawning each person randomly in these spots up here, which I might end up doing and I might not, depending on how long I want to work on command blocks. So now I want to move onto this area right here, which is long doors. And why haven't I worked on long doors in a long time? Well, because long doors was completed in my eyes. It was completed before, and it was made with gamma blocks, which, if you know me, not gamma blocks, carpenter blocks, and if you know me, again, I've been remaking pretty much everything into what do you call them? Gamma blocks anyway. So I thought, okay, so I need to go back for long doors and actually do long doors, because long doors was a very big mess of a system that I had. It didn't look good, it didn't feel good, and it was just all around messy, and I didn't like it. So here is the arches that you have. I might extend these out too, just go like this, like extend them out, go like that, and just make them go out 2 for each side. I feel like that make it a little bit thicker, a little bit feel better. And then on the top, I'm going to add a small little top of sandstone and stuff like that, just to make it look like it's been there for a while. Again, everything out here is in dust, that is dusty, and it is, dust too, so it's going to be very dusty on a whole bunch of stuff. And we have actual doors for almost everything now. We have doors for long, which are proper actual looking doors. We have doors for mid, which is proper actual looking doors for mid. We have doors for B, and we have the doors over here. Well, I didn't actually put this door on, but it's right there. That's the door. I just need to spread it out a little bit. And then, so that's that for doors. So I want to do a little bit of a time lapse, since I haven't done a time lapse in a little bit, or at least cut it out. So either a time lapse or just a small cut for double doors or long doors because it's going to take a little bit to get everything covered in a sand, and then there's a little bit of a loop out here with sandstone, and that's going to take a little bit, so I'm going to do those quickly. Either you'll get to see it in a time lapse or not, but if not, I will be right back to do the doors, which I will just start with mid doors because that'll be the easiest to show off the design and then come back to and be like, yes, look at all these doors, they all have the same design, it is very easy to do. Alright, so I will be right back. So this is the arch. It looks very nice, it fits in very well. I didn't do this side up yet, and I didn't do the top. I was waiting on that because I just wanted to show you guys how nice the arch looked, but I'm going to mimic it on this side, and then I'm going to move over to the doors, and I don't think you guys need to see me doing this a second time, so I will see you when I am over at the doors. Alright, so this left side is the door design. Now, there's supposed to be a handle just about here, but it's really weird to do on a cornered angle, like an angle like this, and nothing I tried really looks right. It's just supposed to be a circle, so it'd be something like this, something really simple like this, but I don't know, just like it didn't really look right when it just had it sort of floating like that. Now, of course, it looks sort of okay, but like if anyone looked at it like this, you could obviously see it's floating, but other than that, it's just sort of there. It doesn't really look like it fits in. I might try a darker wood for it, so definitely not birch for the handle, but I might try a darker wood for it. But that's the design of the doors. That is the design that every door will be getting, and I will put it on every single side of the door, so that side's done. Now this side, the other side of this side, these two doors, the doors over here, and then long doors. But that's going to probably wrap it up for this episode. A lot of little work was done, a lot of work was done off camera, which I probably should have actually included, but honestly, the command block portion of this was so long and tedious, and I had to bug fix a lot of things, such as the command blocks not properly working sometimes. For some odd reason, I had to actually fix a lot of stuff, and it was very long and tedious. It took me almost an entire night just to get the scoreboard set up, and then another hour or two for the rest of this to set up, which is a lot simpler than the scoreboard. The scoreboard seems to be the finickiest thing to be on this map so far. And then the wind counter was very simple. It's the same pattern, so if you just cut it off right here, look, sandstone, sandstone, repeater, sand, sandstone, piston, and then on the other side, same exact thing with a block of sand with a redstone dust on it, and that's it. That's your design, and you keep repeating that until the end with some repeaters placed there to actually keep the signal going, and then at the very end, just a little message thing saying they won. So, yeah. So, that's about it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Remember, stay fancy, and peace out. Bye-bye.